Hi and welcome along to AFTV. It is good to be back at the home of football. Yeah, hold on, where's the stuff gone, man? Now they're giving the stadium a bit of a facelift at the moment, so you can see in the background they've removed, like, you know, normally you've got the players standing together. They're going to be doing something alternative there. But listen, it's just great to be back. Arsenal, of course, still in the title race as it stands. You know, it's all there for us to do. You know what I mean? We can win this league this season. However, we suffered a massive blow over in Qatar with Gabriel Jesus getting injured. And a lot of the talk now is, who do we bring in to replace him? What do we do in January to keep the momentum going that Arsenal could then push through and really mount a title challenge and finally win the Premier League? Can we do that, though, with Gabriel Jesus missing? I know, listen, Eddie Nketiah is going to step into the breach. And listen, we've got to give him time and wait and see what he can do. But even then, we're still short in the attacking areas. What if he gets injured? So in this video, what I thought I'd do is talk about 5 players we could bring in January that could push us on to hopefully win the title. Come join me. First player I'm going to talk about is Mykhailo Mudryk. Not Mudryk, Mudryk, right? Of Shakhtar Donetsk, 21 years of age. Now, this player has been playing really, really well this season for Shakhtar in the Champions League. He scored 3 goals in the Champions League and has really got people looking and thinking, hey, you know what? Maybe he could be a player that could come in and do a job for Arsenal. He can play across the front three. He's quick. He's very similar to what we have in Saka and in Martinelli, in that he's a player, he likes to take players on, try and get past them, and he does have end product. He's quick, he's sharp, and when you look at his profile, everything about him says that he would suit Arsenal, including him himself. Mudryk has been asked before in the past, would you like to sign for Arsenal? And his answer has been an emphatic yes. It's not been denied by Shakhtar Donetsk that Arsenal are interested in him. They have said Arsenal are one of the clubs interested in him, but they're not the only ones. Newcastle also said to be very, very interested in him. And in the summer, there was quite a few Premier League clubs that tried to sign Mudryk, but he ended up staying at Shakhtar. Now, can Arsenal get this deal done in January? Won't be easy. As I said, there's other clubs like Newcastle interested in him. And also, it's the fee. Shakhtar have been quoting a ridiculous £81 million for him. That's how highly they view him. But I reckon it could be a deal that could get done for around about the 40 millions, which would still be expensive. But he is a hot prospect and somebody who would be really hot for Arsenal in the future. But that's the question. We need someone who can come in, hit the ground running, and do the job for us right now. Is he that player? Would it take him a long time to settle in to Arsenal coming from the Ukraine? Because let's face it, it's a completely different league. I mean, can he make that jump immediately? Because we're going to want someone who's going to come in and hopefully make an immediate impact. Could Mudryk be the one? He'd have Zinchenko here to ease him in and sort of show him the ropes, but could he make that step? But definitely he is one player that Arsenal could sign in January that could hopefully push us on to push for that league. The next player that I'm going to talk about is Ferran Torres of Barcelona. He scored 5 goals this season, 3 in the Champions League, only 2 in La Liga. Now, you'll remember Ferran Torres, he was at Manchester City and it didn't really work out for him. Has moved to Barcelona for quite a high fee and again, hasn't really hit the ground running. He's a player that's spoken about a lot in Spain. He was in the World Cup squad, scored as well at the World Cup. But for some reason, he still has not taken off in the way that a lot of people have expected him to do, as he is one of Spain's hottest prospects up front. But could Mikel Arteta unlock Ferran Torres? He'll know him from his time at Man City. He knows all about him. He's a big admirer of Ferran Torres. Wouldn't be an easy deal to get done. There are also other clubs that are interested in him as well. but wouldn't be easy to get done. But should Arsenal make a move for Ferran Torres, what do you think? Could he be the answer? Number 3, here's one a bit left field. Wilfried Zaha. Now, bear with me a second. Wilfried Zaha is in the last 4 to 5 months of his contract at Crystal Palace. Come the end of the season, he walks away for free. At the moment, he hasn't signed a new contract with them. Now, this guy is Premier League proven. He's got 6 goals already this season and 2 assists in the Premier League, and he is a very, very talented player. A player that causes problems to defences up and down the country, and he scores goals. Now, if you bought in a player like this, first of all, surely the fee wouldn't be that high because Crystal Palace know he's going to walk away for free in the summer. Number 2, we've heard in the past that Zaha is an Arsenal fan and would love to come to Arsenal. He's never played in even European football before, so this would be an opportunity for him to come, play in the Premier League, of course, but also play in the Europa League, and with the possibility of stepping up and playing in the Champions League if we make that next season. And we know that he's Premier League ready. He knows the Premier League inside out. He knows what it's like to go to Old Trafford, to go to White Hart Lane, to go to any ground. And he goes there and terrorises defences. So should Arsenal make a move for him? The only problem with Zaha is the age. Just turned 30 now. Now, does he fit the profile of what Arsenal are looking to do going forward? Do we want an instant fixed player that could come in and do a job straight away? Or do you look on it and say, nah, too old, you got to think not just this season, but what about seasons after that? Me personally, I wouldn't be against it. I want to win the league. And this could be a player that could help to push us there. But what do you guys think about Wilfried Zaha? Now, what about Joao Felix off Atletico Madrid? Talented, super duper talented player. Remember, they paid a ridiculously high fee of over £100 million to bring him to Atletico. But he hasn't really done it at Atletico. Even this season, only a couple of goals. He's not fancied by Simeone. Simeone seems to really play him sparingly. But he is a talented player. I watched him in the flesh at the World Cup, and he is an excellent player. And maybe if he came to, say, an Arsenal could reignite the super talent that he has. Now, we know that Mykhailo is a big admirer of his, but is this a deal that possibly could be done? It would be very expensive. You know, I've heard quotes of Atletico wanting around about 80 million because they've got to try and recoup back some of the money that they spent. But could Arsenal get this done? His agent is Jorge Mendes. We've dealt with him on many occasions before. There's even been suggestions that maybe Arsenal could loan him with an option to buy him at the end of the loan move, at the end of the season. He'd be a player that would come in. He'd be exciting for the fans. I'd love to see him here. Would you? Joao Felix. Could that be an option for Arsenal this January? For me, that would be a great replacement for Gabriel Jesus. My 5th player I'm going to talk about is Memphis Depay of Barcelona and the Netherlands. Now, his contract expires at the end of this season, so it's another player that could be available. We know that Barcelona are looking to trim their wage bill. We know that Barcelona hardly ever play Depay. He's been played very sparingly this season and has only scored a couple of goals. But he is a very, very talented player. 28, experienced now. I know he came to the Premier League before with Manchester United, a bit like Zaha, and flopped there. But since he's gone away, he's really, really, fought his way back with his reputation, especially when he's playing for the Netherlands, when he's the main guy. Now, could he come in at Arsenal and do a job for them from now till the end of the season? Could he be that sort of player that could push Arsenal over the line in the Premier League and replace a Jesus and be in there as a backup? I'm not sure, but he's available. He's another player that Arsenal could possibly buy in this transfer window. Now, once again, a lot of teams after him. There's been rumours of Man United. There's been rumours of Newcastle. A lot of players showing a lot of interest in him. I do think he could go in the January transfer window, but will it be here to the Emirates? What do you think? So there you have it. I've given you 5 players that Arsenal can buy to strengthen the team and hopefully go on and win the Premier League. Remember, it's not just the Premier League, we've got the Europa League as well. So we're going to need a bigger squad, and we definitely need another player in that forward line, even with Gabriel Jesus fit. For me, we're still a bit short. It's only Eddie Nketiah, then who else is there if we need a goal in a really tight game? So I've given you 5. You know what I want to hear from you guys? Give me some other. I want to hear another 5 from you guys in the comments. And also, out of those 5, which one of them would you like to see Arsenal go out and get in the January transfer window? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out all of our excellent content here on AFTV. Subscribe if you haven't already. And also, happy Christmas and a happy New Year. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.